It's the Bubba Show.
I got to get on the phone fast with Gary Busey. This is really ridiculous. This is a big-time star, and he's been so kind to hold on. Hey, Gary, it's Bubba.
Hello, Bubba. How you doing?
Well, first of all, Gary, I'm a nobody compared to you, and I should never have. We kind of mistimed it. We had some doctors in the studio that were shooting up armpits, and we went long. So I got to profusely apologize to you first off.
No, you don't have to apologize. You did nothing wrong, and you're everything you want to be plus more. So get over that and understand yourself to be a natural champion.
Well, you know what, Gary? Thank you for being the coolest dude that I know. Having to wait. I wouldn't wait for anybody that long. So thank you for being a hell of a lot better of a person than me, buddy.
Do you have any children?
I have one, yes.
Okay, well, you had to wait for her to gestate and deliver it. So waiting is good when the waiting is real.
Man, Gary's deep, and I love it. I love it. By the way, Gary Busey, ladies and gentlemen, he's got a new book out now. It's called Busey-isms, Gary Busey's Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. And Gary, I don't even know where to begin because you really are a legend. And guys my age and just, our generation all know you from, I think, maybe Star is Born would have been the first time. And then, of course, the Buddy Holly story. And you've had a quite colorful life. And I don't know, it's just kind of an honor to speak to somebody on your level. It really is.
What do you mean, kind of an honor? Isn't it a full honor? I'm kidding.
It's a full honor,
buddy.
Gary. Of course it is. So
okay, good.
So how are things going for you, buddy?
Things are going very good. I'll tell you this, that basic instructions before leaving Earth, that spells Bible. And what a Busey-ism is, I take the letters that spell a word and create a new definition for it and a higher degree of understanding. And I got a lot of them here. The word nuts, N-U-T-S,
yeah.
That stands for never underestimate the spirit. And the word sober stands for son of a bitch, everything's real.
I like that one.
And the word fart, that stands for feeling a rectal transmission.
Now, I heard you yesterday on Jim's show, and you guys got into a whole big farting deal. And our show has actually a fart validation where we have this bucket that we've put a hole in it, and a guy puts his face in there, and then another coworker sits on the bucket, and we fart on each other's faces on the air.
No. Dismiss that game. I got a better one for you.
All right.
Get a mason fruit jar about 16 inches high, and fart into the mason fruit jar several times, and then put wax paper in it. Cap the lid. Let it sit for 3 weeks. Then take it somewhere. You want to clear the room? Uncap the mason fruit jar, pull out the wax paper, and watch people run and vomit and scream. And when they vomit, after spilling that fart paper, it looks like frozen rope coming out of their mouth.
That's so that you basically made your own. You basically fermented your own fart paper, didn't you?
No, we didn't do it that way. You fart into an empty mason fruit jar. Then you stack the wax paper, and then you cap it up. Then you uncap it, pull out the wax paper, and watch it go.
So
it's like watching a carnival with vomit.
Man, you know what? We need to do that. And of course, the great Gary Busey. Now, Gary, did you learn that from an old timer, or did you just stumble it out yourself?
No, we did it ourselves. The football team at Coffeyville, Kansas Junior College.
Didn't you go from I think you went on a high school or a college football scholarship to Pittsburgh, didn't you?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Oh, you did.
The answer is yes.
And now, hold on, Gary. And rumor has it that you made it all through college, and you were one class from graduating, and you're like, screw it, I'm out of here.
Yeah, it was called Freshman Phonetics. That was at Oklahoma State University. And at the time, there was a band I was in. I played drums and sang, guitar, bass, piano. And we went to California on the original Route 66 from Stillwater, Oklahoma to Los Angeles. And we played all over there and got a deal with Epic Records and put out an album. And the name of the group at that time was CARP, C-A-R-P, a trash fish.
Now, Gary, did you have aspirations of being a musician before you did an actor?
No, I just did what came naturally to me. It was like I was taken that way. I was guided that way. It wasn't me orchestrating the path. But once I got on the path, I followed the rules of following the path in the right way to get to the destination and be in victory.
Now, Gary, when you did the Buddy Holly movie, was that you singing, or were they doing like the overdub stuff?
No, I sang and played and moved like Buddy, and we did every take, songs and scenes in one take, and it was a beautiful experience. And I found out in my spiritual heart and in my reality, 2 months after the movie, that Buddy Holly's spirit was singing through me. I was simply the messenger.
So you're
Now,
saying
every time I play a Buddy Holly song, that song is mine. It's so close to my heart and spirit, and it was given to me by Buddy himself.
Now, Gary, could you break into a little acoustic? You know, every day it's a getting closer, going faster than a road. Can you give me one of those?
You just did it. That's fine.
Okay, I was just asking. I don't want no problems with you.
I don't have an acoustic guitar with me, and I can't play my body.
Gary, I bet you've been known to play your body a time or two. I'm just telling you.
Where are you located?
We're in Tampa, Florida.
Where?
Tampa, Florida.
Oh, that's great down there. How you doing down there?
We're doing good. You been to Tampa before, Gary?
Yeah, Tampa. I stayed at the Longboat Key.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And, we went to a film festival down there years and years ago. But it was lovely. Everywhere I go, all over the world, I make it lovely. And I get into the culture and meet the local people, and that is fantastic education on the cultures of the world. And it's beautiful to be there because then you're in that culture automatically in your heart, memory, and soul.
Gary Busey, new book called Busey-isms. Gary Busey.
Everybody get the book because you'll have fun reading it. You'll have fun. You'll understand things about yourself. You'll be motivated in your own way to do what you do the best. And get the book. You'll love it. It's funny. It's quick. My soulmate, my dear heart wife and mother of our son wrote it. It took her 10 months to write. She says she co-wrote it, but I just talking to a tape recorder. She took what I said into her own way of writing the book. It's a great read. It's funny. You'll learn things about what I've gone through, and it will connect into what you're going through in your life, because we're all the same. We're all human beings. We all have 2 lungs, 2 kidneys, 2 adrenal glands, lower and upper intestines, endocrine system, bladder, gallbladder, and the heart, the biggest muscle in your body, and your plumbing upstairs and your plumbing downstairs. We're all the same. We just have different looks, different colors, and different beliefs. But that doesn't matter. We're all the same.
Now, Gary, does Mama, your wife, God, how long you guys been married now, Gary?
We've been together 32 lifetimes.
32. Okay, so 32 lifetimes. Does sometimes when you're getting a little Busey with it, does she have to say, Gary, you need to pipe it down. You're getting a little crazy over there. Does Mama got to bring you back to center sometimes?
I'll tell you what, that's a constant because I do have that energy to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
She is the first woman I've been with who stands up to me and puts me in my true place. And it's a great gift of being guided by her. I love her so much.
What does she say, Gary, when she's getting a little hot at you? What does she say? God dang it, Gary, you better settle it down right now.
What?
What? When Mama's getting a little mad, what does she say to you, Gary?
She doesn't say anything. She lets me know that she's not available to me.
Oh,
and I'm going, what's wrong? Can you talk to you? No, don't ask me questions. And I'm going, okay.
So she shuts it down on Gary.
Well, she didn't shut me down. She opens me up to me. And that's where you start. You start with yourself, and you never end. For instance, the word death, D-E-A-T-H, the Busey-ism for the word death is, don't expect a tragedy here.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't die, you move on to a new plateau. It's beautiful. And the word life, L-I-F-E, that stands for living in forever eternity.
So, Gary, does a person determine where we're going? Like, obviously, your book, it's called Gary Busey's Basic Instructions Before Leaving Earth. Does your book, does your book, Gary, kind of like tell you things that we're supposed to do before we die? I mean, do they actually say that in your book?
Let me tell you this. Get the book and read it, and you'll find out for yourself.
Okay, well, I was just trying to, Gary, I was just trying to ask as an interviewer deal. I wasn't trying to be a smartass or nothing.
Well, you're neither one, but you're good.
Well, you know what? And I got to tell you, what was it like to work? Are you still friendly with Barbra Streisand? I know that she, in a 1976 Star is Born, was one of your first big roles.
What?
I mean, are you still friendly with Barbra Streisand?
Oh, yeah.
Is she?
I'm friendly with everyone. I have no judgment ability in me. You don't judge things. When you judge something, you're judging yourself, and you go down the ladder. You're not climbing up anymore. You're going down.
So, Gary, what type of advice would you give me? I'm going through a kind of tough time in my life. You know,
What kind of time?
Well, it's just, I was part of a sex tape deal, and I didn't really do what everybody thinks I did, and then they said I got caught doing that. Like, I've gotten, in my community, I used to be like a big-time star, and now I'm like down to nothing. And so, what advice? And that's like I'm being for real. You can Google me, Bubba the Love Sponge, and it pretty much tells you, I'm a real piece of crap right now.
What you take is the truth of you, and you put that up front. That way, nothing said about you or done about you or a tape about you will have any effect, because that is all in your past. And the word past, P-A-S-T, stands for preoccupation about spent time. The past is history. The future is a mystery. And right now we're living in the present. And it's a present. It's the presence. That's why it's a gift to be in the now. And the word now, N-O-W, stands for no other way. That's where you are. You're in the now. You're not in the past. You get out of your past, you'll relieve yourself of the self-hate you have for yourself unconsciously.
Gary, I think in some way that might be very, very deep and really, really true. I think I might be dead on, Manson, don't you think?
I think it is.
However circle it is, it's very...
You're talking too fast. Is your medication kicking in?
I'm sorry, Gary. I didn't know that I was talking so fast. Am I talking?
No, you do. It's a great aspect of you to get through the interview real quick so you can go to the bathroom and eat a bagel.
Gary, I'm going to be honest with you, Gary. I'm going to be honest with you, Gary. You couldn't you couldn't be anything further from the truth, because I would keep you on as long as you want to go on. I find you brilliant. I've always been a big fan, and even though I am a fat ass and would like to have some breakfast bagels, I'm talking to Gary Busey, and it's the first time that it's happened in my career, and I'm going to make the best of it because I like Gary Busey.
Well, thanks. Could I get a loan from you?
Well, Gary, unfortunately, I'm not doing real good financially. You probably made... Gary, what did you make the most on of all your career? Fear and Loathing?
No.
Buddy Holly?
A movie I did not do.
He did. I think he did a bunch of Walker, Texas Rangers. You did Entourage. You did. How was the Entourage appearance? That was when the show was, the hottest. And I saw an article where you said you forgot about the Entourage deal.
No, I didn't forget about anything. I did 3 shows when they were on TV, and I went up to Larry Charles, who was running the show and directing it and producing it, and I said, "Do you have a script?" And he looked at me and said, "You're the script. Just go for it." I said, "Oh, great," because I love improvisation and spontaneity. And we did 3 shows, and 4 years later they made the movie. And they made the movie. The movie was what it was. Good for them. Yay. And I was part of that. And when I was doing the movie, I had 104 temperature, and I would go up between takes and lay down on the bed. And then my sweetheart wife, Stephanie, would get me up and said, "They're ready for you." And I'd get up and go, "Okay," and go and bite the bullet and do the scene. Yay.
Now, Gary, do you still have a lot of, physical pain from your really horrific car wreck? Or, are you okay from that? Because, that was it was touch and go there for a while with you, wasn't it, when that first happened?
What's your question?
Physically, I know that you went through hell in your wreck, and I didn't know if you, if it impaired you getting around. Are you still pretty spry? Former football player and things like that. I just wondered, are you still getting around pretty good? I've not physically seen you in a while, so are you getting around good?
Yeah, I'm getting around great, moving good. I'm really doing good, yeah.
Now, Gary, I saw another thing where it says that you say that you can tell people what angels look like. And when did you see angels?
When I was out of my body, when I died after brain surgery, December the 4th, 1988, from the motorcycle accident.
Right.
I had my head on the curb, my pelvis on the curb. I didn't have on a helmet. They split my skull wide open, knocked a hole in about the big as a 50-cent piece. And after surgery, I went to the other side and was surrounded by angels. Angels are balls of light that shimmer and glow. They are magenta, amber, red, gold, white, and they float. And they're about almost as big as a volleyball. And you can't look an angel right into the center of its being, because the love, the protection, and the grace is so powerful, you'll fall right to your stomach in the prone position. And 3 lights came up to my essence, and the light on the left was Abalone, mother of pearl color. That angel spoke to me in an androgynous voice and thought, and told me what I was doing was good. I was going in a good direction. But my responsibility, what that was for mankind, it's time for me to look for help in the spiritual realm. Then it said, you may come with us or return to your body and continue your destiny. It's your choice. And bam, I went right back to my body, where I had to learn to walk, talk, eat, dress myself again, it was like a physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental rebirth that my spiritual guides helped me do, along with my faith. And faith, F-A-I-T-H, stands for Fantastic Adventures in Trusting Him.
So, Gary, are you a religious guy?
No, spiritual.
Spiritual. And do you have a certain religion that are you more towards the Buddha? Are you more towards, Muhammad? Are you Jesus Christ? Scientology? Is there a name for your spirituality? Gary?
Yeah.
Is there, a certain religion that you practice or believe in more than the others, or is it just the overall spirituality kind of deal?
That question is not necessary for this interview. Thank you. We're here talking about the book.
Oh, okay.
Not me.
Okay, Gary. Gary, I was just wanting to know what, division of spirituality you are. I'm certainly, I don't know. I hope you're not taking me as trying to be adversarial, because I'm certainly not trying to be at all, bud.
Well, I got 1 minute to go, so if I've insulted you or hurt you in any way, I apologize. You're a great person, and it's great to be doing this interview with you. And I'm really happy that we had this time to talk. And I want everybody to get the book to see what it is that I've been through to help them go through what they're going through. And the Busey-isms are all in the back of the book. Those are the words I take the letters of and create a definition.
Gary, have you tried medical marijuana out there? Yeah, I got to think that it's, awesome if it was available, recreationally. I got to think that it'd be a great thing. And you might have been on the marijuana tip just based on how
That's not what I'm here to talk about. So
okay.
That question is obsolete.
For this particular interview. Okay. Well, Gary, listen, we're promoting your new book. Gary.
Thank you. That's the spirit.
We're promoting your new book, Gary. Gary Busey's Basics Instructions Before Leaving Earth. It's available anywhere you get your books here. This is Gary on the phone. Of course.
Thank you so much for doing that. That makes me feel so great.
And
it makes me feel wonderful. It gives me a wonderful feeling of acceptance. And I love you for that, buddy. I love you.
All right, buddy. Listen, we look to good luck on your book. We're here for you, buddy.
Thank you very much. I'm here for you.
Okay, Gary. Good talking to you. My name's Bubba. Google me, Bubba the Love Sponge.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Bubba the Love Sponge. You'll understand why I'm so messed up, and you'll.
No. I don't have to do that. I know a sponge is a birth control device, so
right.
Good luck on having babies.
All right, buddy. Listen, good luck to you, bud. I look forward to having you. When you see Bubba the Love Sponge, interview request, hopefully you say yes. We'd like to have you on again, bud.
You got it.
All right, man. Thank you, Gary.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Long. Where is he? Hey, too long.
I know.
Those are too long. I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, they're supposed to be 10 minutes long.
15, 20 minutes.
That was on Bubba.
They asked me about the book. They want me to get the book. See what the book is.
I am.
It was a good start. It was a really good
That was
interview.
good.
Yeah, it was.
Very good interview.
Oh.
Realizing every
Hey, the behind the scenes stuff was brilliant, wasn't it?
That was great.
And you know what? I think they think it was a good interview.